Where can you find great music to use in your YouTube gaming videos that is completely free to use, even if you want to monetize it with adverts? That's what we're going to be talking about in this video. I'm Pete from the Gaming Careers YouTube channel, where we have videos explaining everything you need to do to grow your gaming passion into your profession. And today I'm going to be talking you through 10 websites where you can get royalty-free music for your videos. First, it's worth explaining a little bit about what royalty-free and copyright-free really mean. Now, I'm hoping that most of you know you can't just take a song from your iTunes library, something from the top 10, put it into your video and upload it to YouTube. What will happen is YouTube's clever algorithm will scan it. It's called Content ID. It will scan your video for any copyright infringement, and if it matches with something in its database, then it will mark your video. Once your video has been marked, the copyright owners, not YouTube, but the copyright owners will be able to decide what they want to do with your video, and it comes down to a choice of 4 different things. 1, they could mute your video and then you just have a video without any audio on at all. 2, they could block your video and then it wouldn't be available anywhere on YouTube and a strike would be added to your account. If you get multiple of these strikes, then YouTube can shut down your account and all videos on it. 3, they could monetize the video. Now, it doesn't matter how much work you put into the video. You could have had fancy graphics and 3D effects and all this kind of stuff. But if you've used their track, they can choose to monetize the video. So the adverts that run on that video, the money goes to them and not to you. Not ideal. 4, they can track your video, which basically means that they can look at all the statistics for your video and then at a later date decide to implement one of the other 3 restrictions. Now, I know what you're thinking, none of those options sound ideal at all, which is exactly why we need to be using royalty-free or copyright-free music in all of your videos. Now, my last bit of advice just before we get onto the list of the 10 places where you can get this music from is that you have to be a little bit careful about where you're going to get the music from, just purely because technically the creator of the music still holds the copyright license and they can change their opinion as to what they allow for that music to be used on whenever they like. So the 10 that I'm going to give you today are trusted websites and trusted YouTube channels. I've used music from all 10 sources and that's why I feel comfortable recommending it to you. It is worth noting here, I'm not a lawyer, and it is always worth doing your own research to make sure that the track that you're going to be using is free for you to use and to advertise on. If you're ever in doubt, err on the side of caution and just find another track. Now, the 10 different websites that I'm going to be talking to you about fall into 3 main categories. Firstly, there's free music, as in you can get it for free and use it. The second is individual purchases, so you find a track that you want to use in a video and you purchase a license just for that track. And the third is a subscription-based service where you pay a monthly fee and you can use any of the songs from the catalogue as many times as you want. I'm going to briefly talk about each website as well as giving a little short sample of some of the music that they have on their website, and I've got links to every single website that I talk about in order in the description below, so check that out if any of these websites take your fancy. First up is the official YouTube audio library. This is a free resource provided by YouTube that you can get to if you log into your account and click the Create tab in your dashboard. Now, I know what you're thinking. All of this music is rubbish, but that's probably because you haven't looked through it since it was released many years ago. The library itself has gotten lots bigger and legitimately has some good tracks in there for you to find, download and use in your videos. Let's have a listen to a random track in the library. This one is called Heavy by Huma Huma. Now, if you haven't heard of Incompetech before, you almost certainly have heard some of their songs in some YouTubers' videos. This is another free resource and they have a large library with music from pretty much every genre imaginable. I've started to use them a little bit less as I feel like I can find better music at one of the other sites, but I do go back to them from time to time if I need something extra specific. For example, I've used this track called Funky Chunk when I need to fast forward a scene of travelling to an event or unboxing a product. Epidemic Sound is the subscription-based website that I was discussing earlier. It has an absolutely massive library. You pay a monthly subscription fee, which is currently around £10 per month if you're in the UK, and you can use any of their music completely royalty-free. It's also worth noting that if you're partnered with a separate network MCN such as Curse, TGN or Freedom or any of the others that you see in this list here, You may have a free Epidemic Sound subscription, so it's definitely worth checking if you do. You can quite easily browse by genre, there are absolutely loads, or even mood or energy level, and even select Find Similar if you found a song that you like but it doesn't quite match the one that you actually want. One of the most advanced features on this site is the ability to download individual parts of a song, so you could download the bass or the drums or the instrumental or the melody separately if you want to play around and be a bit more creative. Let's have a quick listen to an epic orchestral track. Audio Jungle is part of the Envato group of sister sites, so if you've ever used ThemeForest or Video Hive or one of the other sister sites, it's part of the same company. Audio Jungle has a reasonably large selection and you pay for each song that you want to use. They're typically priced around $10 to $30, but they do vary. You may need to take some of the license information that you get on purchasing and put it into YouTube, since Content ID may find the song and you just need to prove that you own the correct license. I've used songs from Audio Jungle for loads of different projects and I've never had any issues. I've often gone to Audio Jungle if I need to find some ambient music, so let's listen to one that I've used before. Now, the last 6 places to find copyright-free music that I use are all YouTube channels that are solely dedicated to providing royalty-free music. I've picked my favourite 6 channels which also cover a wide spectrum of genres. One of the main questions I get on my channel is, where do I get my intro and outro music from? Argofox is the answer. Argofox, in my opinion, is one of the best YouTube channels for electronic dance or house music. They upload music frequently and their tracks are to the highest of standards. The genres might not be everyone's cup of tea, but if you like that kind of music, there's absolutely loads to choose from. At the time of recording this video, they require that you link to the YouTube page of the song that you use, so it's all very easy, although that might change. Let's listen to their most recent upload, Timbre by Render. Next up we have the Audio Library No Copyright Music channel, and as you'll see later in this video, these channel names don't get any better. This channel is one of the more popular channels on YouTube, having over 1,000 videos and 200,000 subscribers at the time of making this video. They cover a few more genres, including some more chilled out and generally uplifting music. I haven't used them for a little while, but listening to some of their recent uploads, they still sound very decent. Here's one that I've got saved to use in an upcoming video. It's called Those Nights by DJ Quads. Chucky Music is relatively new but rapidly growing hip-hop instrumentals channel. Instrumentals are great since there's no lyrics, so they won't clash with your voiceover or commentary. Again, hip-hop might not be everyone's taste of music, but if it is, Chucky Music is definitely a channel you want to spend an evening sifting through. Let's listen to their latest upload. How have I got this far into the video and not mentioned no copyright sounds? NCS is a 9 million subscriber strong YouTube channel with uploads in various genres such as house, dubstep, trap and drum and bass. Their most popular upload, Fade by Alan Walker, has 200 million views and has honestly been featured in so many videos now that I can't imagine anyone in the gaming world hasn't heard it. Another creatively named channel, Copyright Free Music, has uploads mainly in the dance and electronic genre. If I'm being honest, I haven't spent much time browsing the library, but from the handful of tracks that I have heard, they seem pretty decent and definitely worth checking out. Here's a snippet of their most popular upload, Ride or Die by Jabby. The final channel we'll look at is called Audio Library Free Music, and it's another fairly new library which covers many different genres of music. For example, they have playlists for romantic, inspirational and dramatic moods, as well as playlists for classical, rock, cinematic and dance music. So if you need a certain genre or mood of music, here would be a good place to start. Let's listen to one of the more epic field tracks, Are You With Us by One Toller. Hopefully with those 10 websites you'll be able to find a track that is useful for your video or your channel as a whole. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up as that does really help us out. Question of the day. The question of the day is, where else have you found copyright-free music from? Have I missed any channels that you've used frequently? Have you ever had any issues with copyright infringement on YouTube? I'd love to hear your stories and discuss them in the comments below. Also, if you're new here to the Gaming Careers YouTube channel, please do consider subscribing if this is the kind of content you enjoy. We've got loads and loads of videos helping you grow your YouTube and Twitch audiences to make your gaming passion into your profession. But until the next video, peace.